It's the Basement Dwellers podcast, and we're back again for episode
Yo,
two.
what up?
This is Sammy,
This is Nixon.
and today we are gonna be just basically shooting the shit because we're bored, and that's entirely it. Just thought, hey, this is an interesting conversation. Let's take this to the podcast floor.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1 a.m. I have religious services in the morning, and I do not care.
I think we both are currently tanking on like 5 or less hours of sleep right now.
Actually, I think I got like 6 or 7 today, or last night, or
Well, fuck you.
whatever. That can be arranged.
No. So
Hey
anyway,
man, I'm not gay. $20 is $20.
all right. So I mean, jeez. Well, firstly, a quick apology for the fact that it's been over a year since the first episode of the podcast. And this is the second one, but like, my gosh, the second episode of this podcast has been a torturous thing to try to get out because I've gone through multiple computers, multiple hard drives, multiple external hard drives, multiple internal hard drives, transferring files around, things getting lost in editing. Basically, it's been a hell trying to get a second episode out. So finally,
And
things
I'm
are
just
getting
a lazy shit.
better. Hey, come on, don't sell yourself short. You're amazing in every way.
Bullshit.
All right, but anyway, so I mean, jeez, how much has happened in the past like couple of weeks though in terms of like nerdiness, like nerd news, and like, I mean, well, firstly, today was the big, BlizzCon day. That's the news that's going around. That's the
Well, I
most
mean,
hot off the presses.
BlizzCon, if you're a freaking nerd, or if you're like a freaking normie, Mr. Chad Thundercock over here, you went to go see Thor Ragnarok tonight, or last
Ch-
night, or whenever it came out.
Chad
Or,
Chad Thundercock is
or,
probably the
or,
best nickname for Thor ever.
yeah, right. Or if you're fucking still playing Call of Duty after all these years, which hey, more power to you. That's your interest. Call of Duty World War II, and as a matter of fact, today I got a chance to play the first mission, and I still suck at video games, but I had a blast. I really did. I have high hopes for this year's release.
I mean, yeah, this year's releases actually looked pretty interesting. Looking at all the things that's supposed to be coming out. So hopefully we'll see some really good games shine through. I just hope they don't. Activision could. Isn't it Activision still doing Call of Duty? Like doing COD World War Two?
Um, yeah, they're publishing, but Sledgehammer's the developers
Oh,
this
okay.
year,
So it's
so.
not Treyarch or Infinity Ward doing.
No, it's Sledgehammer, which they're the relatively new kids on the block. They've got they co they co-developed Modern Warfare 3, and then I think they did Advanced Warfare, but then they were kind of the ones to see the writing on the wall when it came to the exosuit stuff. So I'm kind of glad to see that they've gone back to boots on the ground. Stories of just your regular everyday American from Texas. And no offense if you're from Texas, and I'm kind of glad to see their boots on the ground approach again. I know that's the big COD cliche this year, but come on,
Insert some sort of Woo Pig Suey joke about you offending Texas. Um.
don't mess with Texas. It's not nice to pick on the retard.
Holy shit.
Am I not allowed to say that?
I don't know what we're allowed to say anymore after all this YouTube. Like, I got kind of disheartened from uploading a second part after that YouTube Heroes thing last, like, December.
Okay, so yeah, YouTube is a bit of a shit show,
Yeah.
and I'm just.
It's made me wish that my connection was more stable so I could do Twitch, but
But so here's the deal: YouTube is a shit show right now, and it doesn't look like they're planning to fix it. Um, until another viable program or platform comes out, I mean, it's kind of what we're stuck with. But I think I'm going to be an optimist and say, you know what? We'll do what we can. I mean, we're not going hardcore social justice or any or anti-social justice or whatever the big trend is
I
for
mean,
getting,
social justice.
mass flagged.
Screw that. We're just talking about. We're right now. We're just being weeb trash. That's all we're doing. That's all tonight's mission is. Be weeb trash while tired.
Yeah, pretty much, and I'm not even tired yet.
I'm
And
not
all
tired.
my Fantas across the room, motherfucker.
I would be tired if I didn't like pound 2 cups of coffee an hour and a half ago. Like really.
Yeah, that
Well, I
just
didn't want to stop play. We were playing Minecraft earlier, and I didn't want to stop playing Minecraft because I was having fun, but my eyes were getting heavier and heavier. So then I was like, you know what? Screw this. So I went and booted up, powered on the Keurig, went in there, and Keurig brought to you by our not sponsor retail overlords at Walmart, and
totally not sponsored. Like
totally not
they
sponsored.
they 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 don't pay me at all for any purpose whatsoever. No, really, they don't pay me. Please get me a new job.
But anyway, so I go in there and I make 2 cups of I forget whatever it's called. It's like one of the Keurig brand coffees. It's like mocha latte cafe escape or some bullshit. They wanted to sound like they're Starbucks, even though they're not. Basically,
Keurig brand pretentious coffee mix, courtesy of the Keurig Corporation.
also not a sponsor.
I'm gonna do this whole, sponsor bullshit
Oh gosh, what if one day we
all
actually get
night long.
sponsors, right? How about that? What'll happen then?
Well, then I'll, stop midstream just to be all like, "Oh, guys, hang on. I've got to get another delicious, 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 refreshing, ice cold Coca-Cola, courtesy of the Coca-Cola Corporation. Always open up to the Coke side of life, or whatever their little lingo is, or Audible, Now we're not sponsored by any of these guys because we're a bunch of losers. But
No, we're not
you know,
sponsored, but I will say this. I do want to say this though. You and I talked about this and both agreed that this would be a good thing to do on the podcast, which is giving a shout out to a place that I think deserves a little bit more business than they're getting.
oh
So,
yeah, absolutely.
so just gonna throw a bit of a shout out here to some really cool people that travel all over the country, going to sporting events and conventions and all other kinds of things. They're called Angry Fox LLC. That's what you can look them up on Facebook, and they also have a Store Envy page, angryfoxllc.storeenvy.com. They are a really cool group of people. If you are into nerdy stuff and anime, and they even had some Western merchandise in there as well. But they're really nice people.
Yeah, I'm a cowboy.
Really, not that kind of Western. But they
Oh,
had really cool merchandise at a really decent price, actually. And they had just really nice staff of people working there. I saw them at they had a booth at SpaCon in Hot Springs this past September, and they were just really nice, really cool people. So I really recommend giving them a look up on Facebook and Store Envy. It's Angry Fox LLC. Really cool people.
yeah, and on the note of putting out brands and products that we believe in, I just want to tell y'all, go to your local Walmart. As I said, not sponsored. They don't pay me for any of this shit. But go to your local Walmart and try out the new reformulation of the Market Side Lemonade. It's available, I believe, in the deli section.
Yep, it's over in the deli section where you can buy delicious hot meals, like I do during my lunch break at college because I'm a broke ass bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, At least you don't work for them. But
You're making more money than I do.
yeah, that's because I have a job.
Hey, I'm full time student.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no shame in focusing on your education,
Yeah,
but
I
there's
just
also no
wish I.
money in it. So,
Yeah. Luckily, I can draw enough from grants and scholarships that I can have some money, but I still wish I had more. But anyway, aside from that, um, I mean, we just still had so much to like potentially talk about because things like I don't know, maybe the fact that like every anime is getting a third season,
well, not like every
surprisingly. Well,
anime.
all the good
They,
ones so far, like we've just been having
yeah,
a lot of really good.
so
So we've got what?
certain magical
Yep,
index. I believe a certain scientific railgun.
yep.
I'm getting mixed info on that, but I'm gonna go ahead and say yes because I mean that's pretty much a hand in hand confirmation.
Yeah,
Data Live season 3
Data
is
Life 3.
confirmed.
Gotta love it.
Um, the third route in the Fate series comes out later this month,
Rider
or
hype.
rather, so Sammy with his purple haired best girl Ryder
Rider
is
hype.
is pretty excited.
Also, just the Heaven's Feel route is just good. Like, if you haven't played the
So
Fate Stay Night visual novel, my gosh, the Heaven's Feel route makes the entire visual novel
so
worth it.
so besides the season of threes, I mean now we know that Half Life 3 is not happening ever.
Oh, you know what is
But
happening, though? Another Season 3 that was recently confirmed?
what?
Attack on Titan.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yep, so
I,
Attack on
I,
Titan's getting
I
a third season.
okay. Fun fact: I don't know if I can call myself a true weeb, but I haven't seen Attack on Titan.
I mean,
Like,
that's pretty normy. I don't think that's in the weeb threshold there.
yeah.
It's just, I thought it was a good show. I haven't even finished the second season yet, though. I need to do that. I need to get on that.
But then, Girls and Panzers are getting to season 2.
Oh, seriously? I didn't know that one.
Yeah, it was confirmed a couple 3 months ago, I think.
Ah, oh, dude.
It was literally confirmed right after you and I found out about Girls and Panzer.
Oh, man.
So we're a little bit behind the curve,
Oh,
fellas.
yeah.
So,
But regardless, hey, man, I'm excited for that.
oh, absolutely.
Maybe we can have more K in this next season.
I don't know if we're gonna see more K, but I mean, we're gonna see more anglerfish teams. So I mean,
More Hana.
it. So basically, from what I hear, and from information that's been leaked, I can't give sources because I suck at keeping track of that stuff. But it's going to fill that kind of void that was left by a lack of slice of life in the first season OVAs and movie. So
Oh, okay.
we,
So they're adapting the sequel manga thing that they released that had all the SOL stuff in it.
yeah, I believe so.
Oh, then we will
Um,
see K because there was like several K story arcs in there.
oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. With my all American, yes, I know she's not from America, but she's all American motherfucker.
She's more American than most American characters on American cartoons. Like,
Yeah, seriously. Of course, most American characters on American cartoons are, these Hollywood detached from reality types that, I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but no offense, they don't live in the same reality as the rest of us working class people, Or, full time student class people. I consider that working class still.
K's just like, I'm gonna blow you up with a tank and munch on some popcorn.
And I'm going to have fun doing it, and I hope you're having fun doing it. See, that's
While
the
wearing a
that.
bikini and hot pants. Just saying.
Hey, I ain't protesting. I mean, it's November 4th, but I ain't Well, now it's the 5th, but you know what I mean. I ain't protesting here.
it's still November 4th for us. Oh, by the way, at 2 a.m. is when we're supposed to set our clocks back as well.
Oh,
Yeah. I just remember that. So in like 40 minutes, it's like 1:20 a.m. So in like 40 minutes or so.
Unless, and hear me out on this, unless it's already fallen back.
Illuminati.
Dun
Um.
dun 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 dun. Wah, 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 wah. Copyright strike.
Oh, I don't think you can get it on that. I think it has to be like longer than that.
Think it's 10 seconds is the rule.
10 seconds is the rule, and it has to be like actual like. I think it has to be like an actual like clip. Like it can't be that. I think that counts as a cover.
Uh,
Pretty sure that falls under
well,
fair use. That counts as parody. That's what that counts as.
okay, parody, yeah.
Parody.
The
That's fair
following is a
use.
non-profit fan-based parody.
Now we just got copyright strike by Blazing Azure Crow.
I know, right? Although,
Wow,
like,
that's funny.
literally every abridged series does that. Speaking of abridged series, Blazing Azure Cow, maybe sometime in the next year or so, we'll see another episode of Fate Stay Night abridged. If you haven't watched episodes 0 and 1 yet,
Oh my gosh.
I recommend you do it. I don't know if Sammy wants to bother with annotations and all that, but
Probably
I'd totally
not.
be okay. Well, if not, then
I mean, just look it up.
search bar.
Just yeah.
The search bar is your friend.
Blazing
Sword
Azure
Art
Crow.
Online, Unlimited Blade Works abridged. Blazing Azure Crow. I promise I'm not hiccuping because I'm drunk. I don't drink, but you know, I'm if I'm already this way sober,
I
don't
was about
give
to
me
say we're like
alcohol.
this sober. I don't think we need alcohol in our systems.
Um. So yeah. Honest and truly though, like big shout out to Blazing Azure Cow. It's hilarious.
Oh man, that
Uh,
is such a good
it,
series.
it if anyone's watched Something Witty's SAO abridged, they they're keeping with the tradition from UBW's dub to have Shiro and Kirito share a voice actor. So enjoy that.
And if you were like me and thought Kirito's voice was annoying in SAO Abridged, he's actually not in UBW Abridged. Like, I know that was the joke in
I
SAO
mean,
Abridged that his voice was supposed to be annoying, but like, I understand that was the joke. I couldn't get on with it for some reason. But I love UBW Abridged, man. It is so
you
good.
couldn't get off to it either.
Hey,
Oh, sorry.
as is private. We'll talk about that later.
So, what else is new? Punisher got delayed after
Punish it. Yeah,
the
it's supposed to
Vegas
be coming
incident.
out. It's supposed to be coming out on the 18th, I think.
The 18th?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I don't have Netflix, guys. I'm sorry. I can't shill for Netflix, but I'm gonna have to get Netflix because the Punisher is my favorite superhero after Captain America turned out to be a Nazi. Now, those of you comic nerds who like are more in the know are gonna be like, but no, he wasn't actually a Nazi. He was tricking the Nazis into thinking. I don't care, you know. The day that Captain America said Hell Hydra and came out as a Nazi, I'm like, sorry, Cap, done with you. Punisher's my new, favorite. And I hear recently they tried to turn Punisher into a Nazi, and that really pisses me off. But you know, at this point, I just got a feeling everything I love is going to be called Nazi, um, including Hitler. I don't actually love Hitler, by the way.
Disclaimer:
Disclaimer:
Bob does not actually love Hitler.
I'm a minority.
Sorry for the coughing. Still getting over bronchitis attack. Um, yeah, actually, do you want to know like how they explain? Like they explained that away by saying like the cosmic cubes like rewrote like history surrounding Captain America or some shit. It was I don't know. I could barely keep up with it. It was like cosmic cubes this, history altering that. I I don't know. I stopped following Marvel a long time ago. Aside from like the MCU movies and stuff, I really don't bother too much with Marvel at this point.
I honestly haven't seen any MCU since I think Civil War. And it's not because I don't want to or don't like MCU anymore. It's just movies are
I was
expensive.
about to say, yeah, movies kind of take money.
And I may be racking in a paycheck, but it's a Walmart paycheck, so I'm not getting much. Uh,
Yeah.
for those of you who are curious, oh, I'm not being paid to sponsor Walmart or anything. I do work for Walmart in a capacity, but I'm not
Private contractor?
anywhere. Yeah, I'm actually a vendor, so technically it's not Walmart money. It's vendor money, but I mean it's Walmart money going to the vendors to go to me. I mean they pay more for me than I ever make.
Okay, and then ooh, one new fun thing is the airsoft Glocks.
Oh, yes! For those of you who love airsoft, time to get into target rich mode. So, for those of you who love airsoft and for some retarded reason love Glock, and have been living under a rock for the past, 2 or 3 months, Uber X USA, the parent company of Elite Force, has negotiated a deal with Glock, so we're going to get officially licensed Glocks in the United States. Um, I believe they're starting out with the 17 and 19.
Yep,
I
17 and
I
19.
I've heard rumblings of an 18 in the works to follow, but for now, I think they're playing it safe with a 17 and 19.
I mean, they got to do the 17 and the 19, and they really need to do the 18 as well. I mean, if we're gonna go Glock, might as well go all the way. But
True, but the 19 is, I believe, the most popular Glock model
I thought it was a
out right
17.
now as far as sales go. No, the sales is their full size 9 millimeter. Their Glocks is con- their their Glock. Yeah, their Glock is their Glock brand Glock. Yeah, no.
the
Well,
Glock is
gee,
the
I
most
wonder what time it is.
the Glock is the most popular selling Glock on the market right now.
But no, I believe the Glock 19 is actually outselling the 17 now.
Oh wow, that's actually
Um,
interesting.
it it's actually a pretty popular firearm for concealed carry.
Well, I
You
mean, yeah,
know,
concealed carry. I can see that.
I mean, you want to argue about rounds? We can do this all day. 45 9 millimeter. If for whatever stupid reason you're still on the quickly dying uh, 40 Smith and Wesson hype train,
10 millimeter.
we can argue caliber preferences all day, but at the end of the day, I mean, let's face it, as far as 9 millimeter concealed carry handguns go, the Glock 19 is pretty popular. And as much as I absolutely hate siding with Glock, it's the most popular for a reason. It it's simple. It's not
I won't reference the
terribly.
video I'm thinking about referencing.
I know, but it's simple. It's not terribly expensive. I mean, and it's reliable enough that I could trust it. I'm a 1911 fanboy, just straight up. I'm a Sig fanboy. I don't own a Sig myself, but I mean, I've shot a couple Sigs. I love Sig. They're some of the best pistols I've shot. And as far as comfort and stuff for me. And, and that's the thing. Why I hate bringing up firearms preferences, even though I'm going off on this tangent right now, is you really can't tell someone, well, what's the best gun out there? Well, it's this one. You can't really do that because different people are built differently. They have different preferences. I mean, think about it this way. Some people just like to, sit on the sofa and cuddle all night. The others like whips and chains, like Sammy here.
Oh my gosh, Bob. I'm going to murder you.
Oh, I know, but it'll be so worth it.
I swear, sometimes you remind me of my little brother. He told me recently, he's like, you know, I gotta say that I don't get on your nerves and be mean to you because I don't like you. I do it because you're just really fun to annoy.
Yeah, pretty much. I
And I'm
mean,
like, my
that's
gosh, you just admitted you're an asshole.
yeah, pretty much. Holy shit! What type of spider? Just a crappy house spider. Damn
No,
it.
okay. Not a brown recluse, you're good. Jeez. The
Yeah.
most terrifying moment ever was when I reached in to pick up a pair of underwear out of my underwear drawer, and all of a sudden there was a brown recluse staring back at me.
And what was it? 2 days later, I had a close call with a brown recluse.
Yep, one fell on
So
your damn hand, and then I'm thinking about it and I'm shuddering.
no, so I had two encounters with brown recluse recently. I One was in my home. I was taking a dump, and I just felt something go pop on my leg, and then I looked down and there was a brown recluse. You know how sometimes like before something bites you, it'll kind of size up the target, a little bit. Well, it was sizing up the target, getting ready to bite in, and I swatted it off me so fast, man. Freaking, and it was I just stomped that motherfucker. Like stomped it like it was my ex girlfriend's throat. If I ever get a hold of her. No, no. Then the second one, which I think was just a couple days after your underwear incident,
It was the next
was
day, actually.
yeah, the next day. I was at work and I was cleaning off a shelf because we were doing we were basically upgrading the wheels on those things to something more durable because like the bearings and the old wheels were just like crusting up and busting out or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was clearing off a shelf so that we could take it apart and reassemble it with the new parts. Well, you know, I grabbed some packaging and I set it on the table. But before I move it over to set it on the table, like something drops off the bottom of that packaging and into a little tray on a lower shelf, and it's a live brown recluse. And I mean, this is a big one too. So I uh, I I can't throw pictures up on screens. We're not doing a whole bunch of post production crap on
Oh
this
gosh,
because
no, it's a podcast.
yeah,
It's audio. It's not.
yeah.
Have
Well,
we don't have a set yet. One of these
one of these
days,
days.
we'll
But
have a higher production value. But this is just
But
audio.
anyways, so I had noticed we had a lot of grass spiders in our shipping receiving areas. So those are harmless little guys, and they kind of look similar to brown recluse. What the hell? They kind of look similar to brown recluse, but they're
Not deadly.
yeah, they're not deadly. They're perfectly fine. So at first I thought it was a grass spider. So I told my coworker, "Hey, you go get me a cup and a piece of copy paper. I'm gonna capture this guy and let him outside humanely because they're harmless little guys. And He went off to get the cub, and that brown recluse started coming at me, and I realized that is not a grass spider, and found its way under my boot. So
Grass. The biggest difference is, aside from sheer size, is just that grass spiders will run away from you. A brown recluse is like, I'm gonna get you, bitch, and then just charges at you. It's the most
yeah,
terrifying thing in the universe. Oh, I didn't know Evic was selling those things.
what things?
The double barrel 1911 ridiculousness.
Okay, meme gun, the double
Yes.
barrel 1911.
Oh my gosh, it
Listen,
looks.
listen, it's cool. It really is. It's cool, but I can never see myself ever running one of those,
Oh
like
no,
ever.
absolutely not. It's this one's the classic double barrel 1911, so it's like a World War II GI style. But all that means is that it has the World War II GI style sights. Ugh. Cannot stand GI style sights.
See, on an AR platform, it's all right,
Well,
because
no, no,
that's
no, no, no. I
also
mean, when I say GI style sights, it typically means I'm talking about the 1911. Like for AR, I just call them iron sights, but like the 1911 has a specific the GI style sights that are just bad.
oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean we went off about guns for quite a while there. That was quite a long little. That's not even a fraction of how long we can actually talk about guns. Also, I appreciate my throat for deciding my voice needs to crack a lot right now. Appreciate
Hey
that a lot.
man, it's like so good, man.
Yeah.
That voice hurts.
Fun fact about me: I can hit the high notes and take on me. Like,
Please don't,
oh,
because I don't want to murder my ear holes.
no, I'm not gonna do it right now. There's several people in this house right now, and they're all asleep. So, yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
1:40 a.m. But yeah, so on top of again, I appreciate the voice cracks. My goodness, I'm not the 13-year-old. I promise.
Yeah,
Uh,
what are you? 14?
but anyway, so on top of all of this ridiculousness that we've already been talking about, we're also fairly sizable degenerates. Would you say?
Yeah, we're definitely degenerates.
Yeah, I'd say so. But anyway, so one easy way to spot a degenerate is if they take part in a little game that we like to call Best Girl FMK.
Or worst girl
Or Worst
FMK,
Girl FMK. Sometimes we throw
if
the
you're
Worst Girl in there to throw
feeling
you
kind
off.
of kinky.
No, yeah, how about that? So basically, how it's gonna work is I'm gonna toss out names of three anime characters, female, and Bob's gonna reply with his which one he would like to have a nice casual screw, which one he would be willing to tie the knot with, and which one he would want to take out back and pump full of lead. So well, let's get playing with a bit of an easy one. Bit of an easy one. All right, just to show you where we stand. K from Girls in Panzer. Mm, Haruhi from Haruhi Suzumiya. And Ilias von Einsburn from Fate Stay Night.
So could you say that again? I was distracted
Oh gosh, Bob.
by something I found on my Tumblr feed. if you know what I mean.
Oh goodness.
Um,
So it's Kei from Girls in Panzer. It's Haruhi from Haruhi Suzumiya, and Ilias Vil von Einsburn.
okay, F Haruhi because ooh, actually, yeah, can, can we stop and think about this for a moment? Because Haruhi Suzumiya is basically a bored god that doesn't know she's god, but she knows she's bored. Um,
If you haven't
so
seen,
what?
if you haven't seen the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, why not? Um,
So we're talking about a bored god. What are the implications of a casual screw with a bored god? What if she develops attachment? What kind of repercussions can this have on the world?
well, I would say what it would do, but that's kind of a spoiler for the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, even though that's a really old show. So I'm gonna
Seriously, if you haven't watched it, fuck you. Go watch it
I
now.
was
Like,
that's,
click off this podcast.
pause, just
You
pause
can
it.
always come back later.
Yeah.
We're kind of shit anyways, so
Hey,
you're not missing much.
hey,
But just go watch it,
go watch it. It's
all
good.
of it, including the Endless Eight. Just the dreaded Endless Eight. Okay,
If you don't know what the Endless Eight is, basically it's 8 episodes that repeat the same events, but slightly different in each episode.
no, there were no reused frames between these episodes.
Yeah,
It's actually pretty impressive, and I feel sorry for the people who had to, animate all this out.
those poor animators, like, because the thing is that in every single episode, everyone wore something different, and like their hair was done differently, and they were standing in slightly different spots, and so they couldn't just reuse the frames of animation. They had to actually draw brand new scenes every time. I feel bad for them.
Yeah. So, I mean, just consider the implications of casually screwing God. Just think about that for a moment. Not trying to be sacrilege or anything. Just think about that. Then, but no, just simplify everything out. F Haruhi, MK because my all American tank girl, even though she's not really American, but she's still hot. And I don't even like blondes, but she's still hot. And K. Elia von Einsburg. I would have kicked her off the cliff. Just saying.
If you haven't seen that abridged series, my gosh, we're shilling for like so many other things that they could be watching aside from us. I mean, so many other things we're shilling for here, man. Should be shilling for
Yeah,
shilling for our own content.
yeah, but here's the deal. Maybe someone who's like really lonely and just wants someone relatable. That they can just be like, I'm not the only one. Maybe they'll stumble across us and they'll just be like, hey, these guys basically are wandering aimlessly across the internet and they're okay with it.
Maybe it's
At
some
least my life
some
can't get that bad.
yeah, right. Maybe it's some nerd walking to work or something. Like, just wanting some audio to listen to.
Yeah, and maybe they find my annoying voice somehow cathartic.
Bob does ASMR. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, so your answer was
Fuck Haruhi, Mary Kay, Mary Kay, and kill Elias Friedel von Einsburg.
all right. So round two.
Round two, start.
Fight. Okay. So we've got Stephanie Dola from No Game No Life, Leone from Akame ga Kill, and uh, how about we go with Darkness from Konosuba?
Okay, so with Leone, are we talking, beginning of the series or end of the
Well,
series?
this is
Because
also
that might
spoilers.
change my answer.
This is also spoilers. I,
Yeah, but I'm not gonna tell them exactly what happened.
fuck it. It's a Akame ga Kill. Everyone dies. What do you expect? Um, but no,
Yeah.
obviously she's alive.
Are you sure? Are you
Yes.
sure that's a fact, Sammy?
Okay, okay. That's the fourth reference to UBW abridged in the
It's
past
just so. It's.
45 minutes or so. It is
I'm sorry. It's just so
it
quotable.
is extremely quotable. I'm not blaming you at all. But anyway, yes, living Leone, not doing any.
Okay.
That's nasty.
So Leone, Darkness, and who else?
Shit, who did I say? Oh, Stephanie Dola from No Game No Life.
F. Leone, M. Darkness, K. Stephanie. Now listen, Leone is great, but I just never can see her as waifu material. Darkness, you know, kind of ticks all the right boxes for me. And once again, I'm not a huge guy for blondes, but I mean,
So far, you've picked M on two of them.
yeah, I know, right? And then I'm sorry, Steph, but you're just such a Steph.
Such a Steph.
But but like honest and truly, in jokes aside, Steph has always kind of been in place to be the useless character. Even when she's useful, it's not on her own merits. It's because she happens to say something at the right time in the right place to be like, my grandfather, and then, oh, hey, look, they found something from her grandfather. Wow, shocking. Congratulations, Steph, you're useful. Oh, and that one time during the game against the furries. Thank you.
Please.
Please.
Alright, so round three. Uh, okay. Round three, make Bob really pissed off round. And you might know the three names I'm about to utter out of my mouth to make you really pissed off.
Index, Kuroko, and who else?
Nope.
Last order.
Gosh, man. Do we need to bring Chris Hansen's son in here? I think
Kirisa
we need
Hansen-san.
Chris Hansen in here. I should have superimposed the Chris Hansen picture in the corner of the screen. Didn't
Yeah,
think
but
of that.
then you'd have to add the music aster as well,
On the
and
other
and
side.
that and
Well, the
and
thing
that
is,
would
the
just
Chris
take
Hansen
too
one.
long.
I was about to say because the Chris Hansen one has a. I would have to go in and like transparent the background of the Misaka one because it doesn't have a transparent background. The Chris Hansen one does. So I'd have to go in and like
True,
I'd have to go in and like
true,
erase all the background on the.
true.
But it's a possibility for future now that the idea's in my head.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, make you really pissed off. The three names I was gonna say are Sergeant First Class Shino Kurabayashi, Misaka 10032, Toka Yatogami.
Sammy, you're making this hard.
You, I don't want to know that.
Uh, no, you're making this a hard decision for me.
If you want to pass, you can.
Uh, no. I must do it for my journalistic integrity,
I was about to say
and
though,
I'm gonna bitch and moan about it.
if you do pass, you're a bitch on the internet, and everyone knows it.
I'm already a bitch on the internet, and everyone knows it. I mean, come on. I still haven't played Five Nights at Freddy's because I felt it was too scary. As a matter of fact, this YouTube thumbnail is creeping me out, so I'm scrolling off of it. Anyways, so, like, oh, this is hard. Oh, because I don't want to kill any of them. I'm sorry, 10032. You are my de facto best girl. I mean, you're my freaking picture on this stream right now, or podcast or whatever. But you're you're 1 in 20,000, so I'm sorry, 10032. Oh, this hurts. This really hurts.
Oh, don't
So
worry,
fuck.
he's gonna like stab me in the dick later
Oh,
as
you know
revenge.
it. You fucking know
This
it.
is actually kind of revenge for one time you did this to me, and so it's sort of revenge for that.
Yeah, well, revenge is a bitch, and so are you, Sammy.
Hey,
Um, but I'm sorry, 10032. I love you. I mean, I wouldn't put you on my airsoft pistol if I didn't love you.
that shit. Need to
But
post a picture of your airsoft pistol on Twitter with hashtag shramp and connect it to the as a reference to this podcast. Oh, just for the record, if you ever want to tweet about the podcast and have it so that we can see your tweets about the podcast, use the hashtag shramp displayed on screen.
that's SHRAMP.
Hashtag shramp.
Shramp.
That's the official Basement Dwellers podcast hashtag. Hashtag shramp. With the
So
hashtag shramp shirt available at Basement Dwellers Media Redbubble store.
so to finally answer this round, um, I'm gonna say fuck Kirby marry Toga because Toga and this super hurts. I love you 10032, but kill 10032.
Hey, at least you're closer to a level 6. If you haven't seen a certain magical index or a certain scientific railgun, again, what's wrong with you? And Data Life, and Gate, and any anime we talk about because they're all awesome. What is your least favorite of all these animes that we've watched? What's been your least favorite? That's a fun question.
My least favorite?
Of the ones we've watched, like not like Strike Witches or shit,
Oh,
like of the ones both you
okay.
and I have watched.
Okay, so here's the deal. I don't actually dislike Strike Witches. I just can't recommend it to anybody. I personally love Strike Witches, but in order to keep, Chris Hansen from peeking in my doorway, I cannot recommend it. So, oh, what are some of the ones we watched that we've both watched over the summer and early fall?
Like Gate, Raildex,
Gate,
Fate.
Raildex, Fate. Um,
Really, we've just watched a bunch of good ones.
yeah,
I'm
that's what's making it hard.
I'm almost all the way through with what is it?
Gentai Collection.
Cancale, and I'm almost through with Madoka Magica and
See, this is a hard pick because they're all really good, but I'm going to say the one I think I got the least into, not the one I liked the least, but the one I got the least into, is probably going to be Fate.
Hmm.
And don't get
Interesting.
me wrong, I love Fate. Fate is good. I watched the Studio Dean Fate Stay Night. I watched Unlimited Blade Works. Couldn't get into Zero, and I think that's maybe what's doing it for me. I played Fate Grand Order. I'm not handing out my friend code right now because I'm a loser, but
Saving that for someone special.
yeah, maybe. But
And you may go see Heaven's Feel when it hits theaters in the states.
yeah, and hopefully I'm going to go see Heaven's Feel when it hits theaters. Um, but I'm gonna say it's the one I got the least into out of the ones we've mutually watched over
You know what mine was? The one again. Not saying it was bad, but the one I liked the least.
what?
Jormungand.
All right, I'm gonna change my answer to Jormungand because I actually totally just forgot about Jormungand.
I mean, I'm not saying Jormungand was bad. It definitely wasn't bad. It's
No,
just
it wasn't bad. It was just there wasn't a whole lot to get into.
yeah. I mean, it was good. I liked it. It's just I didn't like it as much as the other shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Black Lagoon.
The yeah.
And I'm not gonna start a Black Lagoon v Jormungand fan war. My gosh, that would be a recipe for destruction. But
Um,
let me see.
Actually, to be honest, I think the side siding with the side that they sided with. Now, the group siding with Black Lagoon is going to be larger in general.
Oh yeah. But I've seen some pretty large scale arguments. Like even people having very one like screaming at a brick wall about whether or not Black Lagoon or Jormungand is better. It's kind of funny to watch, but at the same time, I don't like flame wars in comments. So
Though I do. No, I don't.
Which is kind of funny that you got into Faith the least because like even though I'd say Gate is still my favorite anime, I probably got into Fate the most because it had the most there to get
Yeah.
into because there's just so much because like there's like Apocrypha and the different side series. I tried to get into Zero but really couldn't, like you said. There's Grand Order. There's Hollow Ataraxia, which was freaking amazing.
See, and I think that surplus of lore is actually what kind of got me turned off to it. I mean, I still love it, but I mean, I'm not as into it as you are, obviously. But
Me and Matt.
yeah. But it's
We still need to get him on here, like
oh yeah, absolutely. But
in the future. In the future. But yeah, so I mean, Jormungand. It's. I mean, it was good. I mean, really, we haven't really watched a bad like. Zero wasn't even bad. It was just couldn't really. Wasn't really my cup of tea. For the. I mean, basically, if the scene contained Kiritsugu, it was cool, and I enjoyed it. If the scene contained like anyone else on that show aside from Kiritsugu, Irisfield, or Saber, I wasn't really interested because those were the characters I cared about. So
yeah,
it's just like I said, it wasn't bad. It's just sort of a what you get into, what you don't, kind of thing.
yeah. And
Data
as I
Live
said,
is what Data Live was one I think we both got into quite a lot though.
the cat.
Gotta love Toga.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this may totally kill our chances of ever having a healthy relationship in life, but Data Life just had so much unadulterated cute.
It really did though. Like there was just so much like pure like cute. It's really the same
Um,
thing with Can Collet. Like
yeah,
it's just like cute
but then
like
there's the
everywhere.
feels. The feels, Sammy. The feels.
I mean, yeah, the feels in Can Collet were kind of the feels in jeez, freaking Data Life too, man. That Encore OVA,
Okay, yeah.
that kicked you in the balls.
So, yeah, speaking of Data Life and bringing things to Toka, the show I just started watching today with Matt, Infinite Stratos, has basically Toka with an attitude, and it's great. And she's voiced by the same one who did Index, which I never thought I'd like a character voiced by that lady. But obviously, I'm a Dubs pleb. I don't care if your subs are better than my Dubs. Also, yeah, we missed the rollover or the fallback, so we just went through the 1 o'clock hour twice. But can
Uh, so I just Googled Infinite Stratos because I actually hadn't heard of it. And if this is the main character here on the cover of the first volume of the manga,
uh,
looks almost exactly like Toko.
yeah,
Like I'm very much in awe of the fact that it's. Then again, Toka also looks exactly like another character.
Kanzaki.
Yes, Toka looks exactly like a shorter Kanzaki. Like,
Like a shorter, cuter Kanzaki.
yeah, Kanzaki's not cute. Kanzaki's hot. Like,
Yeah,
you can't deny those half pants are annoying, but damn pants, those pants, Bob, I can't. Like, those pants get on my nerves. Okay, no, it's not the pants. It's the fact that she's wearing pants with one pant leg and cowboy boots. That's the part that's annoying about her get up. It's the cowboy boots.
absolutely. But but no, she's not like main character. Main character is the only dude in the group. So as far as I can tell, this is going to be kind of a harem deal. Um, Infinite Stratus has been on scene a while, so like as I said, I'm a pleb. I don't watch the latest and greatest. I wait a while for something to kind of come up among friends. So Infinite Stratos so far is looking like it's going to have some harem elements without going full harem.
I'll G squared on them then.
Yeah.
uh,
So or rather, it's going to be a semi harem, but where the obvious choice is obviously obvious.
yeah.
Kind of like Data Live.
I mean,
I mean, I mean,
harem
he's obviously going to choose Yuzuru Yamai. That's a joke, by the way.
obviously gonna choose Yoshinan. Notice I said Yoshinan. I said the puppet. The
Yep.
the puppet. Um, if you haven't watched Data Live, go do that. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
It,
It's not even like it's masterful storytelling or anything. It's just good. Like it's just you just watch it and you have fun. That's like
it's
saving
pure
saving
with
saving the
it,
world from aliens with dating sims. That's what it is, and it's great.
yep. And if you just heard that clicking noise, that was my wrist.
Ow.
Because yeah,
You need to not do that.
Well, I cannot help it. Massive joint damage kind of limits what I can and cannot do.
You've got a fair point. Okay, I concede.
Alrighty, coolio,
But yeah,
coolio.
I like
Wamp,
the
wamp, 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 wamp.
uh,
Though
but
I
like
walked through the
the
valley of the shadow of death, I took a
I
look
do
at my
actually. I mean, obviously the best way, in my opinion, to do the harem anime is to have the harem but not harem.
Yeah, like
See Gate, Fate, and Raildex.
yeah. I mean,
Because those, like, I see people listing those as
I,
harem all the time, but they're not really.
but okay. So here's the thing: what little harem elements there are in Raldex, there's still an obvious choice: Makoto Misaka. I mean, as I said, I love 10032 personally. She just has a great personality for a monotone character.
And I
I know
mean,
that's a bit of an oxymoron, but I mean,
and I mean,
if you look at it, they may have initially, when they set out to make the series, have been making and trying to make Index like the best main girl, but ultimately, after they got in a little ways, you can tell they changed their perspective, and we're looking at Misaka. Unless they pull some stupid, full-on bait and switch.
it was Itsuya or Itsua the whole
Hot
time.
towel?
Hot towels. Uh,
No, it's
and
freaking Ursula.
oh my gosh,
the the purest nun in any show I have ever seen.
that's. I mean, A, that's true, and B, it's kind of sad that that's true.
Yeah,
Elbows you in the sternum. How many sisters are you intending on undressing tonight?
all of them.
Gonna be Heavens feeling you up with his special right hand.
Heyo. Man, I love how we just totally got off the topic of FMK, but that's
Oh
okay
yeah.
because
Hey, you know what? That's how this podcast works.
it's 2:10 in the morning and we're talking after the after the fall back of daylight savings.
I
So
mean, we've
yeah,
only been going for an hour and 5 minutes according to this.
yeah, and aren't we supposed to cut this down to 10 minutes?
What?
Bum, 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 bum.
Who said anything about that?
Oh, oh, YouTube doesn't do the 10 minutes or less rule anymore?
That hasn't been a thing for years.
Well, I haven't been a content creator for years. I
Bob,
think
you listened to the first episode of the podcast, which is like an hour and a half long.
oh, well, dude, dude, okay, the last actual, like, video that I ever put any effort into uploading to YouTube was a really crappy Roblox bloopers compilation. And we're talking about, like, classic Roblox, like,
OG Roblox.
yeah, like, fucking 2006, like, the, 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 that whole little Roblox Spirit Killers versus Roblox Spirits war was still going on in the forums and shit. I mean, that was a long time ago.
You know what we should do, Bob?
But
We should, or I should, because I don't think we never set you up with Bandicam. I don't think you need to do that.
Roblox Let's Play.
Well, no, not Roblox Let's Play. But we're doing a lot of work on assembling all that stuff on that Minecraft world. We should start documenting it. We've been having some interesting
Yeah,
adventures.
yeah, but then we'd have to stop being creative mode casuals and,
No, no,
you
no.
know,
Screw that. We do whatever we want.
we
This
do
is
what we want
America.
because pirates are free. We are pirates, yar har fiddle dee dee. Being a pirate is alright with me.
This is America. We can do
America.
whatever we want. America. America. We can
Okay, so
stand on our porches and shotgun Fanta if we want.
yeah, so earlier today I was feeling extra patriotic. So because all these Antifa riots that were supposed to happen tonight, but they got shut down pretty quick actually, from what I hear. But but, I was feeling especially patriotic today. So after I loaded all my magazines to my AR-15 to go, to potentially go commie hunting, I uh, I went out on my front porch and I had a can of Fanta because I don't drink alcohol, and uh, my keys, and I just shook that Fanta up as much as I could, popped it with my keys, and shotgunned that motherfucker. I felt like a true American patriot. The only way I could have felt more like an American patriot is if I was shotgunning Coca-Cola and not some Nazi drink. All right, because fuck Nazis. But Fanta's all I got right now because I get it for free at work sometimes.
Dr. Pepper or something. Of course you don't. Oh gosh, that was a loud yawn.
I'm sorry.
It's 2:14 in the morning.
Yeah. So yeah, fellas, I think I'm gonna go ahead and turn in here in a little bit.
I mean, that
So
makes the most sense to me. Typically, I've found that the best time to end a recording of any type of content is whenever you feel yourself naturally winding down. Because any
yeah,
shorter and you feel like you could have done more, and any longer and you feel like you're stretching yourself too thin.
yeah, and here's the thing. All right, I'm going to try and talk like a soothing psychiatrist. We need to put you on antipsychotics. Anyways, as I was
Are you
saying,
trying to be the Bob Ross psychiatrist from GTA 5?
maybe. the,
Get on your knees.
the thing is, I feel that I could keep going and keep going. However, I do need my energy for further tasks. So, I believe this is a good stopping point. Besides, as we progress, I hope that we can get a little more topical at points.
Eh, screw that.
Eh,
Who
screw
needs
that.
topic?
Yeah.
I tried to do the topic sheet thing in the first episode and it didn't work. It felt
Well,
disjointed and weird.
okay. So here's the thing. So podcast 101 from two guys who are totally new to the podcast game. Do do do. Um.
Pro tips from Team KnightRider.
All right. Step one: have a topics list. You don't have to follow it to the T, but if you get too derailed, and it's always nice to have something to try and work back to.
Just like think of a couple things beforehand and then be like, hey, we want to make sure to mention these.
Yeah. All right. Lesson number two: the topics list is not a script. It is a it is a tool to be used. So don't plan your podcast with hitting, all these, specific topics, or don't script anything. Let things flow naturally. Well, release that Zen feng shui bullshit, and just fucking let it flow, man. Let it flow. And all right. C, you know, just if you do adhere strictly to the topics list, don't make the transitions, super disjointed. Like, all right, now we have covered this. We are going to continue on to cover this. Just like let it flow, man. Organize your topics in such a way that you can naturally flow the conversation, through the list, and it still makes sense. How you can get on the phone and have a conversation with your, childhood sweetheart, starting with fucking how to fix their 1997 Chevrolet whatever to your favorite techniques for, you know, hate fucking your neighbor. I don't know. I don't have friends.
Well,
I don't know. I don't have friends. I'm just guessing, okay?
well,
So
I think on that note, it would be a pretty good time to sign out here. So,
yeah, so
tune in next time, and we may be uploading some other things soon. I think we got a couple of
yeah,
things planned. So, just
and
keep on the lookout for the channel for future updates, and
not only that, we have my personal channel will be hopping off the ground soon. That will be
Target Rich
Target Rich
Airsoft,
Nixon.
or Target Rich Nixon, on
Yeah,
YouTube and Twitter.
I've
Read the screen. Twitter hashtag Twitter or bot Twitter at tags on screen. Check those things out.
now pro tip. I suck at Twitter, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, or no risk,
Hey,
no reward. I forget what my motto is. Fuck it. Just subscribe, be a bro.
that's your new motto. I forget what my motto is. Fuck it.
I'm down with it. Anyways, so
This
I
has
will
been
catch
this has
I
been the
will
Basement
catch you
Dwellers
on the flip side.
podcast. This is Basement Dwellers podcast. This has been Sammy
And this is Nixon
signing out.
signing off.
See you later.